Yo, what's going on guys? This is Anime One back here with a new video, and today I'm here with the new parts of What If Naruto Was Neglected and at Ishiki's Karma, actually the final part of the series. So if you guys like the content in the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and while you're at it, also like this video. So without any delay, let's begin the motherfucking video. We start the video with Minato in his office, doing paperwork, thinking. Recently, that Katsuki has been silent. But then Minato's senses went up as he saw a red portal open in front of him, and out came Naruto. Minato got off his chair and created a Rasengan ready, but trusted it towards Naruto. But the boy caught it and caught his wrist. Then, with his Dharmagan, he shrunk the Rasengan in Minato's hand. Now, father, that isn't the way to greet your son. Now, is it? Said Naruto in a sarcastic tone, as Minato glared at the boy. Where are Menma and Suki? He asked. Naruto looked at him for a second before answering, as in a second both of Menma and Suki were beside Minato, unconscious. Menma! Minato shouted as he went towards his son. Don't worry, they are not dead. I made sure of that. Naruto said. Minato turned his head and glared at Naruto. What do you want, Naruto? It was an obvious question. Don't harm my village. I know you have sent spies there, but they all are dead, said Naruto as in a matter-of-fact tone. Then a red portal opened again. This was the final warning, Fourth. It's, uh, it's, I have if I have to step a foot in this village one more time. Again, he paused before entering the portal. It will be the end for Hokage. With that, Naruto left by entering his portal, and soon the portal vanished and Minato dropped his guard. With Shibai, the king of the Otsutsuki, he was floating in space, specifically in front of the earth, so this is where Ragnarok's killer resides. He said as he was curious. Never did he thought that Ragnarok would be defeated by anyone other than himself. Are the creatures this strong? In a flash, Shibai was gone. With Toby, Pain and Conan were having a discussion. Something as then they heard a voice. Hey, I was wondering where this Naruto Tsutsuki fellow is. They heard a very calm and soothing voice, yet a voice that sent chills down their spine. Pain snapped his head to see Shibai standing there. Who are you, and how the hell did you get in here? The Renegon user asked. Shibai looked at him. Well, my name is Shibai Otsutsuki. I'm the king of the Otsutsuki clan. I wanted to meet my fellow clans member. Would you mind telling me where the boy, Naruto Otsutsuki, is? Shiba asked in his own calm voice again. Well, Shiba heard Toby's voice from the side of Pain. Now that you're here, come here, Toby said. You won't leave this place alive. As soon as he said that, hundreds of paper bombs attached themselves to Shibai as they exploded. Once the smoke cleared, they saw the horns of Shibai, and the man was standing there, completely unfazed. Well, it looks like you won't comply. In that case, a few minutes later, Conan head, the body was split in half, and Pain was well, not in a good position. His body was also split in half. Nagato inside his machine in another location had his head up and was foaming from his mouth, and his Renegon were turned into normal eyes. And then finally, Toby was kneeling down with Shibai's hand on his head. His mask was also broken. and he had his eyes rolled back. So that's where he is, Shibai said, as he let go of Obito's head, and Obito dropped to the ground, dead. Shibai, in his other hand, had something in it, and it was Black Zetsu specifically. You. Your chakra, it reminds me of that woman, Shibai said in an angry voice. As he said that, as a white fire set Black Zetsu on fire, and the creature was disintegrated and dead. Now, Shibai said, to the village hidden in the leaves. Everything was peaceful in the village hidden in the leaves. It had been a week since Naruto had came to Konoha, and with the warning that things were grim, everyone in the village only had one word in their mind. That was, we were so weak. Naruto's power was godlike, and they knew that if the boy came back with the thought of revenge, no one could stop him. Suddenly, a presence in the village widened everyone's eyes. This chakra, it's so heavy, thought Kushina, as he was the best sensory ninja in the village, currently at the moment. With Naruto, his eyes snapped open. So he is finally here, Naruto said, as he got off his throne. Shibai was standing on the fourth Hokage's head. So this is the village that boy grew up at. Huh. It's quite beautiful. But they treated him, one of my own kin, like garbage. These inferior creatures will pay for harming a god, said Sibai. Then suddenly ninjas surrounded him. Sibai, as the man sighed, who are you? Said Itachi, as Kakashi, Sasuke, and Tsunade were also there. Shiba released a burst of killing intent as everyone were brought down to their knees. As the man started to float up, these fools will pay, Shibai said as his Jogan started to glow and the black ball formed in his palm. Tsunade seeing this went through hand signs. Summoning Jutsu, she said as Shibai dropped the black ball. Divine Blast was all Shibai said. Everything then blew up as a huge explosion occurred, and once everything was cleared, the entire village was nothing but dust. Only a few people were alive. Because of Tsunade, Shibai landed on the ground in the middle of the huge crater. Shibai then smirked. Hope you enjoyed the show, my fellow clansmen, said Shiba, looking up at the sky, seeing Naruto floating in the sky, with his karma seal activated, and Ishiki's horn visible. Even after all that these people have done to me, this is going too far, said Naruto, glaring down at the man as his right eye started to change, and making Shibai look up at him with curiosity. That makes sense of how you were able to defeat Ragnarok. The Jogan, but only one of them. The Jogan eye awakens in one's body in both eyes. I guess you're not experienced enough, Shibai said as he started to float up. Meanwhile, Menma, Minato, Kushina, Tsunade, Kakashi, Suki, half of the Uchiha clan, and the Hyuga clan. Some of the members of the Nara Akimichi, Inazuka, and Aburaba clan survived all that because of Tsunade, who had covered all of them at Katsuya. But the civilians could not survive all that destruction, even if they were covered with Tsunade's healing power. Minato looked at Tsibai with rage and tears coming out of his eyes. You, said Minato, but he knew that he couldn't do anything. He was injured currently, but even at his full strength, he doubted the outcome would be any different. Chiba and Naruto were now face to face. Naruto, leave this planet and come to your home where you belong. You are no Tsuki, How? Meaning you are one of my people, Shibai said. Naruto stared at him with a blankly expression. I refuse. That response made Shibai narrow his eyes at the boy. Why? Shibai asked. Because I have people that I care about. I just cannot leave them like that, Naruto said as Shibai sighed. Fine. If you won't comply, then I will force you, said Shibai. Naruto smirked. We'll see about that. And in a flash, thousands of black rods were sent towards Shibai, who vanished and appeared behind Naruto, who, even without looking at Shibai's way, caught his fist in his hand. Shibai smirked. You're not bad, however. A galaxy like aura surrounded Shibai's fist and he started to push Naruto back and send the boy flying, and managed to stop himself before Shibai appeared in front of him and punched Naruto down. But before the boy could hit the ground, Shibai grabbed Naruto by the face and slammed the boy in the ground, forming a huge crater. Shibai stood over Naruto, who vanished and appeared in a distance away. He shrunk himself, thought Shibai. You still have no idea what that eye can do, Shibai said, pointing towards Naruto's Dogan. No wonder you haven't awakened the second eye. Well, I will make sure by the end of this battle, you'll tap into your true potential, my boy, Shibai said, and suddenly many fireballs and electricity arrows hit around Shibai. Daikokuten. It's useless, he said, as the jutsu were instantly absorbed. Naruto was still calm though, as the wind blew in an instant. The sword appeared in Naruto's hand, but that wasn't what surprised Shibai. Naruto surrounded his sword in a similar galaxy-like aura that Shibai surrounded himself with, and that made Shibai smile. That's good. Bring out more of that power. In an instant, Naruto vanished, appearing behind Shibai. His sword cocked back, and he brought it forward towards Shibai's or the king's head, and Shibai grabbed it. Then both the fighters gained some distance, and then the battle began, blow to blow. They were matching each other, but Naruto felt it. Shibai was holding back, and he wasn't going all out. You're slowly getting it, said Shibai in the middle of their fight as he dodged one of Naruto's slash. But I will have to push you even more, said Shibai. In an instant, Shibai vanished and appeared underneath Naruto, who brought his sword down. But a portal opened above Shibai's body, and the sword was going inside the portal. Shibai kicked Naruto with all of his power, Shibai's full power, as Naruto was sent flying. Naruto! Menma, along with the other Konoha ninjas, shouted, since they didn't want the boy to lose, because if he did, they would be doomed. Shibai then looked at them in annoyance. Get lost. I saw this technique that you made for the Hokage. Might as well use it to kill you. Shibai said, bringing his palm forward. Rasengan. A huge Rasengan was formed as Shibai smirked. And this is something that you won't expect, the god said, as he threw the massive ball towards the team. Minato and the other Konoha ninjas could only look in shock. This power. There's nothing even Lord Hokage can do against it, one of the shinobi said. But Minato brought his kunai forward to absorb and teleport the jutsu at a different place, and Kakashi revealed his Mangekyo Sharingan, hoping to calmly away the Rasengan. But suddenly they saw a shining galaxy-like aura, and the Rasengan vanished. The karma that Naruto had, instead of red, now it became a galaxy-like in color, and the jutsu was absorbed. And the thing that happened was shocking, as Shibai smirked, looking down at the boy. Now, that's more like it. There was Naruto's entire body covered with a galaxy-like aura, and his left eye had changed from Ishiki's eye to another Shogun. Naruto looked up at Shibai, who was smirking, and then appearing behind Shibai, was taken back by the sudden increase in speed, and received a kick to his back, sending him flying. Before Shibai could land, hundreds of black rods surrounded Shibai, and his eyes widened. Not good, thought the god as his Jogan started to glow, as the black rods pierced him all over the body, and Shibai crashed into the ground. The rods inside Shibai's body slowly came out, as smoke came out of his entire body, and all his wounds were now healed. He looked up at Naruto with a smirk, as he wiped the blood off his mouth. Good. Very good. You're slowly getting it. Shibai started to float up, and the galaxy-like aura intensifying around his body as a sword appeared in his hand too. I take Ishiki's experience is the reason why you're able to adapt so easily, said Shibai as Naruto spoke. I'm not sure, but I think I know this eye's true potential now, said Naruto. Shibai smirked. Before he could blink, Naruto appeared in front of him and swung a sword at him, but it didn't make contact with him. But it still pushed the king back. Naruto went toward for more two slashes again, as those slashes again didn't make contact, but still Shibai coughed up blood. Why you? Shibai said, as he brought his sword towards Naruto, who blocked it with his own sword, but again, the sword didn't make physical contact, and Naruto was sent flying. I know how you feel. It's fun to attack someone stronger than you, isn't it? Shibai asked as he saw Naruto end up with a smirk and shoot off towards him, covered his sword in that galaxy-like aura, and so did Shibai as they swung their sword towards each other, and the swords clashed, again not making physical contact. But Naruto was pushed back. Damn it, his strength is greater than mine. Not to mention, his control over that power is also greater than mine, thought Naruto. I kept bringing down those people who were said to be stronger than me, and I found myself being called the strongest, said Shibai as Naruto stood up. But what do I see from here? It's boring to look at a landscape in which no one is stronger than you. Shibai said again as he blocked Naruto's attack with his own sword. You're lucky, because you don't have to feel this way, Shibai said, as Naruto started to overpower, as Shibai started to overpower Naruto, as he brought his sword down and towards a downward angle, bringing Naruto's sword downwards as well, then deflecting it, and swinging his sword, which again didn't make contact with Naruto physically, but the boy was bleeding. Shibai stared. Started. Shibai's eyes started to widen as Naruto started to overpower his sword and stand up as he pushed Shibai back, and then their sword, and they both swung their sword towards each other. I will defeat you. I won't let this planet be destroyed, said Naruto. This brat, thought Shibai, as they clash became a tie, and then Shibai, showing his superior speed, swung his sword towards Naruto, sending Naruto flying and coughing up blood. But Naruto, who soon got up and got a hold of himself, in a burst of speed went towards Shibai and swung his sword, blocked by the king. As Shibai grinned, Are you still trying to defeat me? This is fun, Shibai said, as they both screamed, trying to gain dominance, but to no avail, as they became equal. I didn't think I can keep this up for much longer. How about we end this? Said Naruto, as the galaxy-like aura around his body vanished and it went towards his sword. Very well. I'm in a similar situation. I was already drained before coming to this planet, Seabai said as Naruto looked at him, perplexed. You're not at your full strength? Asked Naruto, as Shibai nodded. I planted a chakra fruit in a nearby planet, and they gave me some trouble, but Shibai's sword started to glow. I still have enough power to crush you, boy. Naruto smirked as they both ran towards each other, and then, in a dead silence, as the wind blew, blood came out of Shibai as he fell face down, and his Jogan eyes disappeared. But blood also came out of Naruto's stomach, as the boy was now dropped to one of his knees, as he held his stomach. This is this gonna. But Shibai's body started to convert into light particles and enter Naruto's body, as the wound was now completely healed, and Naruto heard a voice in his head. The tradition of our clan. Once the king is defeated, the man who defeated the king will become the new king. All of my powers are now yours. Welcome to hell, Naruto Otsutsuki, the king of the Otsutsukis. Time skip. It had been nearly 10 years after the whole incident between Naruto and Shibai happened, and Naruto was now at his planet, the Otsutsuki world to be specific. He left the elemental nations because he knew the Otsutsukis would want to come to Earth to search for their king, and he didn't want to put the Earth planet in danger. But then he heard a small voice, as a boy with black hair and blue eyes ran towards him and sat on his lap. Hey Dad, well you said that you would teach me a really cool jutsu today, said the boy in excitement as another voice came and spoke. Come on, Boruto, don't bother your dad, said the raven-haired girl, Suki Uchiha. Naruto smiled looking at his family, and then he remembered Shibai's word. That's that Shibai welcomed Naruto to hell. He knew what Shibai meant. Because now in this entire universe, there was no one stronger than Naruto. He could not feel the thrill of battle anymore. And that was honestly a curse more than a blessing. But Naruto had to live with it. In the earth, everything was fine. Konoha had rebuilt itself up from the ground. Naruto had promised that because of him, this all mess happened. So he would help them rebuild the village, and because of that, the other elemental nations didn't dare to attack Konoha. The Akatsuki was taken care of by Shibai, so they were not an issue. And right now, everything was pretty much perfect. Naruto had pretty much gotten everything he wanted in his life. A loving family, he was the king of an entire empire. If there was only one thing that he would want, it would be to fight someone at his level or even be stronger, or even stronger than him. But that was just a fantasy. Again, one could not always get everything that he wants in life. And Naruto was the same. This was the story of Naruto Otsutsuki.